are so excited to be here. We're the Hallmarkies podcast, and happy 4th of July and happy birthday to my co-host. I'm Rachel, and Amy Lynn is here with me. Yay!
Hi! Hey there!
Yes, this is so exciting. Your birthday.
Yes, I turned 21, so.
Yeah, you're so patriotic that you had to be born on the 4th of July.
Yes. Go America. Woo!
Yeah, and so you always had really patriotic 4th of July sort of birthday parties and things like that. Got super into it.
Yeah. This year my birthday party is themed 4th of July. You know, I'm wearing my 4th of July shirt. I got a bow. Nice. I'm wearing flag shoes right now. I'm so into it.
Yeah.
I'm really into it.
See, you're so lucky because you can say that everybody loves you so much that they have fireworks for your birthday.
I was actually terrified of fireworks till I was about 11.
Yeah.
But but now I enjoy them. But when I was little, I did not. I was terrified on my birthday.
That's so fun. That's really, really fun. And so you're going to have like a barbecue or something fun?
Yep, we're barbecuing and
nice.
It's all going to be fun.
Cool. That's really fun. Well, happy birthday, and thank you so much for joining us. Amber is sick today, so she's not able to join us, but we thought it would be fun since the podcasts are always on Wednesday, and Wednesday happened to fall on 4th of July, to talk about 2 4th of July-ish summary kind of movies-ish. And we already talked about probably the most 4th of July movie of the bunch just recently in our Meghan Markle podcast. We talked about When Sparks Fly. And just to remind the viewers, what did you think of this film?
I loved that movie.
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. When Sparks Fly. Awesome 4th of July movie. It was hilarious. I really loved it. I love Meghan Markle. Yeah.
What did you like about it? Aside from
I just, I know it was crazy, but, this woman having a crazy 4th of July themed wedding, I was like, this is awesome. It was hilarious. It was the silliest thing ever, but I was just like, this crazy 4th of July wedding, yes.
That was probably the best part of the movie, is seeing what crazy combination she could come up with to make it her wedding 4th of July. And it's obviously ridiculous, but it also was they looked like bridesmaids dresses, and it looked like it was cool how they made it kind of legit, but ridiculous at the same time.
Her wedding dress almost looked like she was trying to be on the Miss America pageant or something. So
it looked like something you'd see on the Rose Parade or something like that, like a parade.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Pretty hilarious. And the movie had problems as far as the characters, aside from the bride. And the thing, I guess, normally I'm not a big fan of your Bridezilla type movies, but I felt like they were kind of more silly about it, so it wasn't a problem for me. But there was some chemistry issues between Meghan Markle and that the guy, and
the other guy.
And some other things that I didn't love, but it's harmless little movie that you can watch. And it is very, very patriotic. So it's a bunch of Canadians did a good job being
oh yeah, they're all Canadians. I just realized that all of these movies probably are just all Canadians trying to celebrate the 4th of July.
They're holding the accents in.
Oh, wow.
So, if you want to hear more of our thoughts on that one, check out the Meghan Markle episode. I'll put a link down in the description. You can check it out. We talked about Dater's Handbook, which is her best. I think it's probably Meghan Markle's best movie, period.
Yeah.
Not just a Hallmark movie. It's pretty good, pretty well written, and it's something that's unique as far as Hallmark, so appreciate that about it. So anyway, we talked about that, and we talked about the the ridiculous Lifetime
movie.
Yeah, which was hilarious. So check that out. We're going to talk about two other Hallmark 4th of July-ish / summery kind of movies. And the first one that we're going to talk about is called Many Things, depending on where you're looking.
Yeah. I think like, because like what I found, I think that this movie was called something different in Canada, and I think that's why it has 2 names.
It has 3 names, technically.
3 names?
Yes, because on the DVD, you can see right here, it's called Banner 4th of July. And then on IMDb, it's listed as the Star Spangled Banners, which for some reason. And then Hallmark
That's a pun.
Hallmark Movies Now lists it as a family reunion, which I think we can all agree that Banner 4th of July is the best of the 3, right?
What, did they just get confused naming the movie? Like, they couldn't decide?
Like, it's so weird that you would have a different, like, they're all the same company, you know what I mean? Like, I can understand, like, if it's a different company releasing it in Canada or whatever, you'd have a different name. But Hallmark Movies Now is the same company that's making the DVD. So I don't understand why they would be different. That's so weird to me. And a family reunion, could you get a more bland name than that?
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense with, like, the movie. I was like, a family reunion. Okay, this could be about anything.
Right. So, yes. So Banner 4th of July. And this movie, so the little, it's about these siblings, the Banner siblings, hence Banner, 4th of July. And when they were, like, young, like, I think, like, late teens, early 20s, they were, like, super famous and had this rock group that was very popular. But the daughter, Desiree, decided to leave the group because she had this, like, manager or something like that like convinced her to do her own thing, and then the whole thing fell apart. And now, like, 10 years later, they're finally all getting back together. It's because their mothers had a heart attack, and all kinds of drama ensues. And so that's sort of the basic plot. What did you think of this movie overall?
I liked it, but I'm kind of at this point where, like, the save blank is kind of starting to get old on me. Now this one felt like there was more, like, I guess, stakes, because it was like save the town. So, like, everybody, like, the town was gonna go bankrupt. It was everybody was gonna, like, lose from this. It wasn't just one family farm. So that was
This was so weird, though, when you think about it, because supposedly this concert is going to save the town, which is ridiculous when you really think about it. Like, how much money can one concert make? How famous are these people? Like,
I know.
Second of all, the people who are buying the tickets to the town, tickets to the concert are from the town. So it's sort of a weird thing. Like, you have to perform so that we can save the town, but it's us buying the tickets. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was really strange. Like, strange.
And, like, they planned it like 3 days before, so it's not like they could have gotten a ton of people from, like, other places to come buy tickets. Like, that would have taken months to promote and stuff. And also, not gonna lie, like, I know they filmed it and tried to make it look bigger than it was, but there was really only, like, 30 people in that crowd. So, like, I mean, I don't know how big this town is, but
these tickets were very expensive.
Like Coachella times 3. Like,
yeah, I mean, you make tops at this concert, I would say, like, I'm being extraordinarily generous, say maybe you make $10,000 on this concert. And that's not saving any old town anytime soon. That's ridiculous.
Like, this had to be a town of, like, 200 people. Like,
right. So it's ridiculous. But I have to admit, like, this is one, sometimes when I do the podcast, when I watch a movie just as, like, a normal, you know, I'm just, like, vegging watching a movie, it's a kind of a different experience than when I'm watching it for the podcast to like be able to critically analyze it. Like, and maybe it shouldn't be, but it is. Like, that's a different experience. And also, like, when I've seen so many, it's also a different experience than when I'm catching the random Hallmark movie. And because I watched this when this came out, because I really love Brooke White, and it was perfectly cute, I thought at the time, and I was not as kind to it on this watch. It has fun things. It's harmless, but it's a really odd Hallmark movie. It's very strange, and so we're going to talk about that. But
is this considered Hallmark movies and mysteries?
It probably would, but I think it aired on regular Hallmark channel.
Because when I just looked it up on the Hallmark website, and it came up as a Hallmark movies and mysteries movie.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It makes sense.
What was the mystery?
Well, it'd be the movie part of it.
Yeah.
Because of, like, the family drama. Like, it would, yeah.
They all fell in love, though, so it's fine.
Right. A nitpick. I admit it. So you have Brooke White from American Idol fame. And she plays the daughter in this family of musicians. It's like, these people are like the Osmonds or something, supposedly, with how famous they are. Oh, wow. But and then Mercedes Ruehl, Oscar winner, like, it was a pretty big get, I think, to get Mercedes Ruehl as the mother here. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that, like, there's no way that Brooke White is Mercedes Ruehl's daughter. Like, she looks nothing like her at all. Like, I feel like they, like, should have given her a wig or something. I mean, she just looks nothing like her at all. And I don't know.
I feel like these three kids did not look like siblings at all. Like, they were adopted or something, because they did not look like related at all.
The other two looked like they could have been her sons, though, at least, I think.
Yeah, but the three of them did not look like siblings.
And I guess I shouldn't talk because, like, my family, we look very different. Like, I have a sister I have two sisters that are blonde. But my mom, at least when she was a kid, had blonde hair. Like, Mercedes Ruehl, just, she does not look at all like, I don't know, just have this, like, super blonde, like, Scandinavian looking child that Brooke White is. It, again, total nitpick, but, like, like,
maybe she looks like her dad.
Maybe I
can say that.
I don't know, but anyway, that was a tiny bit distracting. But you have Brooke White in her Hallmark debut, and how do you think she did as far as, like, her acting, and how do you think she?
I think she did a good job. I did not know she was from American Idol. Okay. I've never seen an episode of American Idol, so I have no idea. But I think she did a really good job. I liked her character a lot. And she has a beautiful voice. Yeah. Like, I was like, wow, that's awesome. So, yeah.
Yeah, she was on a really good season that was, like, very, this is not funny, but it was very Mormon strong. There was,
okay.
Yeah, so, like, they had Brooke White and they had David Archuleta, who were both right around here. So it was pretty popular in Utah season. And I think it was season 8, maybe, something like that. Anyway, and I think she does a pretty good job here too for her first acting role. I think she's serviceable, at least. I mean, she's fine, and you know, she does a good job with the songs. Yeah, for sure. I really like her voice. I feel like her voice is very, like, Carly Simon, kind of Carole King, like, that kind of a sound. And I really love that, like, just the timbre of her voice. I think it's really pretty, and so
it's more like country to me. I felt like
it has a little bit of a country, I can
like a little twang,
a little, She could put out it's like more of, I would say, more like folksy.
Yeah,
folk album. Black and White is the name of her duo that she's in with with Jack Matronga, I guess. I don't know, but they're pretty good albums. So Jack and White, if you like that kind of sort of folksy indie kind of singing, then you'll enjoy it. But the basic, what do you think of this premise? So like basically Mercedes Rule plays this, she's the mayor of the town, and she concocts this scheme to get all of her children back together. And so she has this heart attack, and you start out thinking that's like totally legit heart attack. And her kids get gather back together to help their mother. And what do you think of just this initial premise?
I would be okay if my mom faked a heart attack. I would not forgive her in a day. I would be so mad. Like I very resonated with this movie because I am the middle child of 3, and I have an older brother and a younger brother. So I was like, if my mom did this to us, we would not be singing. Well, we wouldn't sing anyways, but like we wouldn't be so mad. Like, yeah. And there's heart problems in our family, so like if my mother was to be like, oh yeah, I had a heart attack, and it was just like to mess with us, to get us back together, I would be horrified. Yeah. Like, I would be so mad at my mom. And it was like, oh, well, you know what? They forgave her by the next morning. And I was like, no, that's a big deal. You don't, like, mess with that. Like, she could have said something else. Their cat died or something. I don't know, but, like.
Yeah, I agree. It's so manipulative that I think I can't imagine a mother, even a super meddlesome Italian mother like she is in this movie. I can't imagine any mother really doing that. And I mean, this rift, holy cow. I mean,
jeez.
I mean, families have drama, but this is so, I think what made it feel weird is that it's just so not Hallmark to have like a family that's so kind of hates each other so much for so much of the movie. It's very unusual.
They were just so broken. I was like, geez. Yeah. And also they mentioned, like, I thought the father was going to come into play at some point. Yeah. And they mentioned him like twice. Right. I was like, well, you know what? They're just arguing with each other. They don't care about him anymore. Like, he's gone. Right. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because it didn't seem like, especially the brother that played drums, he didn't seem that invested in music. So I don't understand why he carried the grudge so long. And I mean, the one that truly got kind of shafted, I get it, but I feel like you'd still kind of be close to your mother at the very least.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, this whole notion that she's gonna take a heart attack is
ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it really is. Rule has only been in one other Hallmark movie. She was in Loving Leah as one of the moms in that. And then Michael Barbuto, one of the brothers, he is in Love's Complicated, An Old-Fashioned Thanksgiving, and The Note. So he has experience. And then you see briefly Kristen Booth from Signed, Sealed, Delivered in this. I would have liked to have seen more of her. She was pretty fun. Yeah. I thought they had pretty good chemistry as this sort of little side romance.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, well, you have one of the siblings that is married, has a family, and I thought that would have maybe like come into play a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, they left the band, and I feel like it was just Mitch and the girl. I think it was them two really fighting, and the other brother that played the drums was just kind of like, well, it's over. I got married. I had a kid. I got a job. Like, he didn't really seem too beat up about it all. Yeah. So
my family doesn't talk anymore. Biggie. Like,
he's like, I have my own family. Like,
there you go.
Yeah. So
yeah, I guess they're very self-aware. So there you go. But yeah, that's true. That's true. I think they could have done more with that whole Kristen Booth thing. But she was cute. She was fun. She's like her playing. It's very different than her character. I don't know if you watched Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
Yeah.
But it was very different than her character on there. So it was sort of fun to see her play this like bohemian kind of rocker jicker, at least in Hallmark world or whatever. And yeah, I mean, this movie is just very soapy. It's very soap opera. I mean, everything down from the fake heart attack, that's totally a soap opera thing. Just all the drama and the family, you know, squabbling and other things. And I can enjoy an over the top sort of soap opera kind of a thing, but I did get it was just a little bit of a downer for a lot of it. But of course, you know that in the end they are going to play. But it seemed like Brooke White's character like changed on a dime about like, absolutely not, I'm not going to play. And then all of a sudden she became kind of the advocate of playing in the thing.
It was just so sudden. I was like, wait, did we work through everything already? I can't remember.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's fine. It's enjoyable. Like, it's enjoyable enough, I felt like, but like it's just sort of weird. I can't think of a way to describe it. It's kind of a weird movie.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. How many crowns did you give this one?
I'm gonna give it like a 3.5.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna give it 3.25. So pretty close there. I wonder what Amber would have given it, but there we go. So whether you watch it as Star Spangled Banners, a family reunion, or Banner for the July, you can have a interesting time. You watch the strange Hallmark movie.
Yeah. I mean, IMDb gave it a 5.7 out of 10, so.
Oh, yeah? That's pretty, well, I don't know, IMDb, those comments, those were very harsh. A lot of times people haven't even seen the movie.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's like half, so.
Yeah, half. So there you go. I've certainly seen a lot worse, that's for sure. So, all right. Well, let's talk about the next one. So we have A Kiss at Pine Lake. And this movie is about it starts out in flashback, boy and girl fall in love during a summer camp. And then you see them, and then they part ways. Very dramatic. And they promise to stay in touch, but then they don't. 15 years later, all of a sudden now they both have been caught by the evil trap of business. But the Barry Watson character, the boy, he's like Hallmark's version of like the good guy of business, because he's like in green energy and like investing in things like this camp and stuff. And his uncle ran the camp, and now he's going to take over, but there's all kinds of problems. And the girl character, she is being sent by her evil shark business boss, played by Brendan Elliott, up to the camp.
No, bad guy.
To take it over. It's very, very exciting. And so you have business versus business and past loves, which Hallmark will love. So there we go. So what did you think overall about this movie?
I love this movie. Like the camp and saving the camp. I don't know. That just makes me so like, it's not save the farm. It's save the camp. It's do it for the kids. And that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
So, I really liked it though.
Yeah, this one's pretty good. I like it too. It's very classic. This hits all of your classic Hallmark beats, and I think it does it pretty well, and it has a very good cast. Yeah. It's just hitting it out of the park. I mean, I'm not that in love with the girl, Mia Kirshner.
Yeah, has she been in any other Hallmark movies?
No, this is the only one. And I didn't hate her, but I don't know, she wasn't my favorite. Like, if this had been like Brooke D'Orsay, can you even imagine? It would be even better. Or Cindy Busby or somebody like that. Yeah. It would be even better. But yeah, that would be my own. But other than that, the cast is pretty flawless. So you have Barry Watson, who of course we know from Seventh Heaven, who's the best.
Yes, my favorite.
And I found out through my research that he is going to be with Melissa Joan Hart in the Lifetime movie this Christmas, The Very Nutty Christmas.
Oh my God!
Right?
Yay! That is like dream team, like 90s kids' hearts just like breaking.
It's going to be amazing. A Very Nutty Christmas. And he was in one other Hallmark movie called Chateau Moreau. I've seen, but I can't remember. But anyway, he was in that. And then you have Matty Finocchio playing the best friend. And he is a delight. He was really good. And he's been in a bunch while you were dating. He's been in 2 Garage Sale Mysteries, Autumn Dreams, So You Said Yes, Bridal Wave, Window Wonderland. So he's the all-star extraordinaire. And, of course, Brennan Elliott plays the boss in this. And this is only his 3rd Hallmark role. He had been in The Nanny Express, which was his debut, and still, I think, honestly, his best, in my opinion. And then Cupid Incorporated, and then this. So, and then he's been in 12 Hallmark movies.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. And we found out this week that All of My Heart 3 is, like, I guess official. It's happening. So that's pretty exciting.
I'm just so not excited. Number 2 was so disappointing. And I was so hyped, and I was just like, it just killed my dreams then. But yay!
Yeah, I didn't mind too. I didn't think it was that bad, but yeah, it had problems. So there you go. But this crosswords mysteries coming up with Lacey, and so that will be even more. So
isn't that going to be a little weird that they're in 2 series to get like? I'm going to get the characters mixed up.
Yeah. It's true. You have that crossing over with Hallmark that can be a little confusing.
I'm gonna forget what I'm watching.
So yeah, he was hilarious though. I thought as the bad guy business, he was very funny. Like he's like, he goes out to the wood and he's like, it's a little too woodsy for my taste. Too many trees. I'm like, yeah, that usually happens in the
woods.
That was really funny. And I don't think that either of these movies was actually made for Hallmark. I think that they were purchased, both of them.
Yeah.
Because this movie has a pretty passionate kiss. Like, it's pretty long, and it's pretty I'm a fan, don't get me wrong, but yeah, that's a big takeaway. That's a big tell. I feel like if you can tell that something is purchased, is how like intimate the kissing gets, because typically it's pretty tame in a Hallmark produced film. But I forget when this one was made.
2012, I think.
2012. So that might also have a factor in it too, because they were a little more mature back in the day.
Okay, but in the beginning of the movie, they have the flashback scene.
Yeah.
And like they're 15-year-olds at a camp that fell in love over the summer, and her dad calls and she's gonna go running. I feel like if you're a 15-year-old and you're about to kiss your 15-year-old crush, you would have said, wait a second, Dad, I'll be there in a minute.
Right. Yeah.
I was watching this with my 16-year-old cousin, and she was like, no, you would have waited, you would have kissed him and then gone to Dad. Like,
that's very true. I mean, this was quite a high school teenage romance. I mean, for him to carry the flame all the way, all these years, I mean, this was something else. Did you ever go to a camp like this? Were you go to summer camp and stuff when you were a kid?
I'm still technically a Girl Scout, actually. So yeah, this is the first year I missed camp because I was in Colorado this past week, but I have been doing a day camp with my Girl Scouts, and it's this week every year, and I've been doing it since I was 7. So this is the first year I didn't do it. Yeah. And, there's this like one guy at the camp every year, and I know it's a Girl Scout camp, but a lot of the sons of leaders and stuff, they have to go to the camp too. And like, I consistently like had a crush on him like every summer, and then I'd forget he existed until the next summer. And like, I consistently like had a crush on him every single year. And one of my friends who still did the camp sent me a picture of him this year and was like, oh, you missed camp this year. You didn't get to have your crush on him like you do every year. And then we just forget about him for the rest of the year.
Right.
Like,
That's, I think, the normal experience. I never went to a camp like this. Well, no, we had, I guess I went to one camp like this when I was in middle school. They had actually part of the public school. They had a stay away camp, but which is strange to think about it now. That why was the public school in a camp? But anyway,
we had one too. Yeah, in sixth grade. Yeah.
And so we went. I went to that, but other than that, we had. It was always a challenging thing because my dad was like super into like Boy Scouts, and I just, for some reason, I always hear about these amazing camps and these amazing things that they would do, and the like female version of scouting in our church is. And now they're open scouting to like everybody, but whatever. But when I was, it was not as good as the Boy Scouts, and it was kind of left up to the individual congregations to how they wanted to do it. Mm-hmm. So like I remember talking to Amber, and she was saying they had like amazing camps and stuff like that for her in her congregation. But for me, it was like very rough camp, which is not for me, and I had just. Not fun. It was not a good experience. And one time we literally had to one time we decided it was just raining all week. And we finally, everything was just so drenched and the creek was getting wider and wider and wider. And they finally made us go. We had to cross the creek. We had to leave all of our stuff except for what we could carry. It was very traumatic. And we had to go up and get rescued. And they had us, which is ridiculous. They had us fast for like that day because they wanted to keep the camp going, which is crazy. But anyway, they did. And so like we were starving by the time we got basically rescued by these people. And I remember we got up to the McDonald's, and I remember thinking like, oh, it was like the golden arches, like, never looked better. And it was just not a positive experience for me, this camp. But yeah.
You're traumatized by camp as a child. Yes. I'm sorry.
And it was so sad because like I said, my dad always had these amazing experiences, and then I was like getting rescued from my horrible camp. We literally, at one point, we had put plastic grocery sacks over our shoes because they were so wet.
Oh my gosh.
It was bad. It was really bad, but yeah, so me and camping don't get along very well. And I feel like everybody just has more fun when I'm not with them camping.
Well, like I've never gone to a camp where I've been camping. It's always been in like cabins.
Cabins and
like
stuff.
Cabins, or it's like the one I went to every summer was a day camp. So at 3:30 you got to go home. Yeah. Like that was the best part. Yeah, and then every year in Girl Scouts also for the older girls, so like 6th to 12th grade, older girl camp out was always the weekend of the Super Bowl. And so we'd go up to the mountains and stay in cabins and, for 3-4 days. And we didn't have to deal with the Super Bowl. It was awesome.
That's really funny. Was it cold, though? Like in February?
I mean, it's in San Diego. So, like, it wasn't super cold. It was, like, high 60s, like, low 70s. It wasn't snowing because it's California. But, I mean, we weren't that high up in the mountains either. So,
okay. The key for me, if you want me to have fun in any vacation, to be honest, camp, whatever, if there's a place that I can swim, whether pool, pond, swimming hole, whatever, I'm going to have fun. Like, it's really as simple as that. Like, I love to swim. And so we went to we did a family reunion once at like Bryson Zion's National Park. And I did a few things. I went to a few things and saw, but like for me, I spent most of the time by the pool because that's just what I like. I love to swim. I love the ocean so much.
Yeah.
But any kind of water, that makes me happy. So.
Yeah, pool day at camp was always my favorite day because
Yeah.
you just got to be in the pool with your friends all day. Yeah, we weren't allowed to swim in the lake though in February because they were afraid we were gonna freeze. But
yeah, that would be. But all right. So yeah, the basically this is pretty. It plays out pretty much like you would think. I mean, there's the state is trying to shut down the camp, and so they have to make all these repairs, and first he finds out that the girl works for evil business, and he's really upset. But then they make up, and they have the big barbecue that brings back all of the old members of the camp, and including the camp inspector went to the camp, and they're able to get everything done, and everything's happy, and there you go. And it's really pretty cute.
Yeah, it's really cute. And finally they got their kiss.
Yeah.
You know, it was only like 15 years in the making, but
but it was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how many crowns do you give this one?
I'm gonna give it 4.5.
Okay.
I really like this one.
Yeah, it was really cute. I'm gonna give it 4.
Okay.
But it's really enjoyable. And like I said, I really loved Brendan Elliott in this. I thought that he was so over the top and ridiculous, like that it made me laugh.
Has he played the bad guy in any other movies? Am I missing?
He was the bad guy in Cedar Cove.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, and so he was the bad business guy in Cedar Cove. And I don't know other movies he was the bad guy, but I feel like he has been. And he's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ridiculous in it, but very good. So yeah, more Brendan Elliott as the bad businessman. And I really did like Manny Finocchio as the friend. Like he was good.
Mm-hmm. He was really good. Yeah.
With romance also, which was fun.
I like when they do the side romances and it like actually like goes somewhere. It's not just like, oh yeah, you're cute. Right. Like no, they were actually sitting next to the fire cuddling, and I was like, oh, it's cute.
It is. Yeah, agreed. All right. Well, so these are really fun, but I thought it would be fun since I knew we were going to have some extra time. I thought it would be fun to do our Teen Beat questions for Amy because we've never done them for you. And if you've been watching our podcast or listening to our podcast, you know our Teen Beat questions are basically just a bunch of fun, silly questions that we ask the people we interview. So, like, why not ask Amy these questions? So we've just been having all this fun thinking about summer camp and everything. So this will be just continuation of that. So, all right, you ready?
Yes, let's go.
Okay. First question. What is the best ice cream flavor?
Neapolitan. You get a little bit of everything.
Oh, smart. Okay, next, favorite color?
Pink.
Ah, very, very cute. Okay, what music are you listening to right now?
I'm not a big music person. I'm really not. Yeah. But I will plug my friend. This guy, his name is Alec Benjamin. He writes all his own songs, and he just came out with 2 new songs, and they're really awesome. Yeah, and I think he's a really great artist, and I love his music, but I don't listen to music all that often. I listen to podcasts and audiobooks. So,
well, get us the link to him, and we'll put it in the description section.
Yeah, I'll send you the link to his new song. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, what is your go-to date night food?
Well, I've never really been on a date, but like a really nice piece of chicken, you know? Just, you know?
That's smart choice. Because you're not going to smell. Like, if you're going on a date, you don't want anything with a lot of garlic or, like, that kind of madness. And also, you don't want anything that could spill on you.
Yeah.
Like spaghetti or, like,
Yeah.
Well, unless you're Lady and the Tramp, then...
That'll work then.
Okay, go to date night activity. What do you think would be a fun date?
Date night activity. I don't know. I mean, I've always kind of like really wanted to go to an arcade, like, and
Oh,
just play arcade games with a
yeah.
guy. I just think that would be fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I like when you guys talk about going to the movie and then dinner so you can talk about the movie if it's really bad.
Right.
That's a good, like, I'll be saving that.
Okay, good. Good. Yeah, and you can go to Disneyland on a date because you live close. Like, that would,
Someday, it's gonna
yeah.
happen for me. I know.
Men of Anaheimish area.
Anaheim, LA,
Yeah.
like, hit me up.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right. So next we have dogs or cats.
Cats.
All right.
I have 2.
Beaches or mountains.
Beaches.
Okay, a very good choice.
Thank you.
Suit, tie, or sweats, or fancy dress, sweats.
Fancy dress.
Oh, nice.
I love dresses. I love getting dressed up. I just think it's fun. I'm not like a big makeup or heels person, but I love dresses. And I love curling my hair and doing my nails all fancy. So
yeah. Very cool. Yeah, not many pick the but I do. I hate dancing, but I love getting ready for a dance. I think that's actually really fun.
Same.
Okay. Then we have a favorite holiday.
Oh gosh. I want to say, well, it's the 4th of July because it's my birthday and also, you know, America. I'm very patriotic. So yeah, the 4th of July.
America's pretty cool. Yeah, and you can't beat that. The triple header of 4th of July, America, and your birthday.
Yeah, exactly.
Holiday too. All right. Next, we have favorite Hallmark movie. This is very hard.
Oh gosh. Okay. Oh gosh. Jeez. I I want to say this one was from earlier this year, but I just fell in love with this movie. I watched it like 3 times, and that was Once Upon a Prince.
Oh, it was pretty.
And I really, really loved that. But if it wasn't like one that was current, my favorite was the one with Candace Cameron Bure 2 years ago for Christmas, and it was Back to Christmas Past or something like that.
Yeah. They just aired that last night.
That was, I recorded it. That is by far probably my favorite Hallmark movie.
I like it. I enjoyed
Other than Good Witch. Good Witch. I'm also very Good Witchy.
Yeah, I really liked that one too. I mean, it's got its problems, but like I felt like they were really thinking outside the box, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, good choice. All right, hey, there you go. That's our Teen Beat question. So you passed the test.
Thank you. Yeah. Were you gonna kick me off the podcast if I didn't pass?
We'll let you keep talking about Lifetime movies or whatever we can get you on. We'll keep you on. And thanks for joining us to talk about these movies. And happy birthday! So
thank
exciting.
You.
Everybody listening needs to wish Amy a happy birthday on Twitter or wherever. And speaking of Twitter, where can people find you?
On Twitter and Instagram, I'm at It's Amy Craig. And then on YouTube, I'm youtube.com/weekendallstars. And today there's a video going out for the 4th of July, and it's a birthday box swap. One of my other YouTube friends has the same birthday as me, so we collect presents all year and send them to each other and do a box swap for our birthdays. And that's like a video I love every year and I'm really proud of. So if you guys want to go check that out for the 4th of July, that would be really awesome.
Oh, guys, that sounds really fun. Yeah. You should totally check out Amy's channel. It's pretty awesome. And then make sure that you're following the podcast at Hallmarkies Pod and Hallmarkies Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And we'd love if you give us your ratings and reviews on iTunes. It really helps us get found easier when people search. So that's very helpful if you can put in your reviews. And yeah, this weekend, it's pretty much just Christmas in July is what's going on as far as Hallmark Channel. So make sure that you're checking that out. Next week, we will be talking about the June Brides movies. So it should be pretty fun to do. And we are also we're going to be talking tomorrow about the Good Witch finale. So lots of fun stuff going on. So you can follow me at Rachel's Reviews on iTunes and on YouTube. So make sure you check that out. I have a lot of coverage of the recent Jurassic World movie. So over on my channel. So I'd love for you to check that out. And so yeah, a lot of fun stuff going on with Hallmark and with our podcast. So that should be fun. So thanks so much again, Amy. Really appreciate it. And
thank you so much for having me. I really, yeah, this is fun. I love talking about the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's really good. And everybody have a great 4th of July. Be safe. And we will talk to you all later. Bye.
Bye.